Welcome to Brewed in Monmouth, the real estate tea with Kate and Doreen. We're here to talk homes, hometown gems, and real conversations with the entrepreneurs and locals who keep Monmouth County buzzing. I'm Kate, and as always,
I'm Doreen. Each week, we're bringing you the voices behind the businesses, the stories behind the sales, and the tea you need to hear. So grab your favorite drink and let's get into it. Okay, today we're super excited to have Frankie Brusco with us, a wonderful family friend that we've known for so many years, and he's been so successful with the restaurant business here in Monmouth and Middlesex County. And he's going to talk to us about what makes a restaurant successful based on location and obviously chef and menu and a staff. But Frankie, we're thrilled to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me as well. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time out of your day.
We're thrilled.
Well, yes, we are family friends, but I know you more as a customer now.
Yeah.
Dining in the restaurants as often as we all do. But yes, Patricia's my first little baby.
First baby.
Celebrated 10 years last week sometime.
Yeah.
So that was amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was quite a 10-year. That's all I could tell you. I learned a lot about this restaurant business. Like I said, that was my first baby. It was a small little spot, only about 110 seats.
Yeah.
Now it's over 240 seats in that restaurant. Almost 9,000 square feet. We've expanded to the left and to the right. And
a little up.
A little up as well. But yeah, we're maxed out there. So there's no more growing at Patricia's of Holmdel. So we're kind of tapped out there, which is perfectly fine. It's a BYOB Italian restaurant, for those who don't know it. It's been around since 2015. Phenomenal traditional Italian dishes. It's a BYOB, but we still do really well. We do a lot of parties, graduations, confirmations, baby showers, a la carte dining. Sundays, we have our Sunday sauce, not gravy. We call it sauce.
Sauce, for sure.
But yes, again, that was my first restaurant. Since then, I got involved with Overeasy Kitchen. We have 3 locations now: Holmdel, Marlboro, Fairhaven, New Jersey. All doing great. We love them all. That's 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
Right, breakfast and lunch.
Breakfast, brunch, lunch. One location only, the Holmdel location, we do have after dark. So
yeah, that's kind of cool. Yes, on the weekends.
Yes, we'll have an overflow Saturday nights. Everybody wants to go out to dinner.
Yeah.
So you always get that one mom, dad, kids that want to go out. Maybe they're not dressed appropriately. Maybe they call them last minute. So we have a full restaurant there. We're not serving just breakfast food. So that's a great little spot to go to. Again, BYOB. So people do love it.
Is that reservation heavy too? Because that's sometimes the problem. It's
not
Saturday.
Necessarily. That's an easy one. That's a true walk-in restaurant.
Okay, good.
We can accommodate up to 100 people. So that's great.
And pop up in Fairhaven once too. We went.
Yeah,
to
we
that.
do
That
pop
was
up once. Well, people love that, and it's a great thing to do.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. We had a rowdy crowd in there.
Yeah,
yeah, it was good.
But Overeasy is also a great place for parties.
Yeah,
right, to rent out for birthday parties, bridal showers, or whatever it might be.
Saturday nights. Yeah, Saturday nights.
Decorate so nicely too.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, every one of them is decorated differently. But yeah, Saturday nights for sure. Every restaurant's very busy, and no one really wants to take on that 15, 20, 30, 40 people. It's just too much to handle unless you're going to take a 9:30, 10 o'clock reservation. So that's a great spot to handle that many people. Food's great. Afterwards, I tell people, hey, after you're done celebrating at Overeasy, if you're out there in Holmdel, drive down the street. If you want to have a drink, and go down to Gabriella's, which is my next big adventure there. We opened that one about 6 years ago. It was 4th of July weekend, several months before COVID. So again, you talk about challenges. Yeah. That was a challenge and a half. But again, since then, that place has grown, knock on wood. We've expanded also to the left and to the right over there. That also now could accommodate about 240 people as well.
Yeah.
So we have 3 bars there. It's a phenomenal restaurant.
It really is. No. It really is. Very different than Patricia's. The food is delicious in both places. You have 2 incredible chefs. And, for all our people who think that New York City is the only place they get good Italian food, Monmouth County, we have 2 amazing restaurants right here that we can talk about.
Absolutely.
And then you also have your newest one in
Yes.
Middlesex, in Old Bridge.
Yes, in Old Bridge, New Jersey. That one's called Madison Modern Social. That one's phenomenal as well. At first, again, like any new restaurant, you're going to go through your struggles there. The restaurant is beautiful. It's probably definitely the prettiest restaurant in New Jersey.
Beautiful.
Shy of 9,000 square feet there as well.
Oh, it's a lot of space.
Yeah, accommodates up to at least 200 people plus. a beautiful bar, state of the art.
Two beautiful bars.
Yeah.
Really, really phenomenal. I mean, you have amazing people helping you decorate and build those out.
Yeah, I mean,
From
again,
nothing, yeah.
great staff. I mean, listen, with all the other restaurants, I think now I'm at 600 plus employees. So to have these kids grow and these gentlemen or women grow from one spot to another is great. And you give everybody an opportunity. So right now we're doing very well. It's sushi, pasta, steak, fish, a little bit of everything.
And really good drinks.
Yeah. Great cocktail program. Again, is it easy to duplicate a Patricia's? Is it easy to duplicate a Gabriella's? At the end of the day, everyone's gonna want that spicy rigatoni. Is not gonna taste the same unless it gets done from the same restaurant. So to create a brand new menu is very, very challenging, and that was what drives me. I guess I don't want anything easy.
But your chefs can kind of bring that to the table, right? Their flair, their background puts their fingers on their taste on the food that they're trying to create.
You want them to challenge themselves. I mean, that's what it's all about. They're chefs. Let them do what they do best. Everybody should do put aces in their places and watch what happens.
And they're super hospitable. Like, they come to the table. They, Lenny's always out there. Mike's always out there. They really enjoy seeing the patrons in the restaurant and making them happy.
Yeah, and the patrons love that as well.
Sure.
You want to go to a restaurant where it's not you just going in there, having dinner, looking both ways, you pick up, you leave. It's a good meal, but people love that extra touch.
They do.
If someone's going to touch that table for them, or the chef comes out, or the bartender comes and makes their drink that they know. That's what we're all about. That experience is, we're not just a regular restaurant, and this goes for all my places.
No, it's all about the experience.
It is an experience.
You're in Florida too now, right?
Yes, we just opened up in Delray Beach in Florida.
Nice.
So that's a whole nother world out there. But the truth of the matter is, again, I felt very, very comfortable going down there because from where we are here in Monmouth County,
half your clientele is probably
I'd
there.
say maybe a little bit more is
Really?
down there. Oh,
wow.
yeah. I walked up and down Delray Beach, Atlantic Avenue, or the Ave, they call it, and you see so many people that you're familiar with. At least I did. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
So you do feel at home there. I brought some of my staff again that worked up here in Monmouth County, New Jersey, down there to Florida. They made a new home for themselves, and they're loving it.
Nice.
And so are we.
One thing that you do that is really impressive, you create these chic concept restaurants in mini malls, which is not really traditional. Like, Gabriella's has such a great vibe, and you do it when you're sitting outside in your patio. You have no idea you're on the side of 35. Right. You really don't.
Next to Dairy Queen.
Because I'll tell you, when I first, we're not long-term family friends. I was like, I don't know if I want to go there. It's next to Dairy Queen, or not next to Dairy Queen. It's off 35. You never even knew. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous outdoor space.
No, thank you.
How did you do it?
So I, being born in Brooklyn, growing up on Staten Island, there really weren't too many shopping centers. Everything is really prefix standalone restaurants all over the place, and pad sites. But the truth of the matter is, we have a lot of employees, and you build a restaurant that has call it 240 seats. I'm going to have 50 employees running around throughout the night. There's no parking anywhere else except for shopping malls. And we made the best of it. I mean, that's the biggest problem for a lot of towns, as we all know in Monmouth County. There's no parking. And where there's no parking, people like you guys are not going out. Yes, if you're younger, you'll Uber there, but there's still not enough parking for it. So with a shopping center that could fit over 300, 400, 500 cars in, it makes one of my biggest obstacles, obsolete. Pull right up to the car, drop off your husband, drop off your wife, drop off your girlfriend, your grandmother. Yeah. That will never go out when it's a raining night.
Or it's about to rain. They said it might rain tomorrow. Cancel the reservation.
And no one really people don't mind walking, where there's one step to go from the street to the sidewalk into the restaurant. But once you get into that restaurant, yes, that's my job to make sure that you have you're like, wow, where am I? I'm not in Monmouth County. I'm not on Route 35. I'm not on Route 9. No. I'm not in the shopping center next door to whatever type of store it may be.
Right.
Well, you did it.
Yeah.
You did do it, and you did it with such pizzazz that you truly forget where you are. And even you just redid Patricia's maybe about a year ago now.
Yep.
Right? So, when you refresh that space, it really is just so beautiful. And like we mentioned earlier, the Overeasy space, it's fun and whimsical, and it's just so nice being in there.
I love it for the holidays,
right?
though.
Love it.
Yeah.
Gabriella's is beautiful. I haven't yet been to the Florida one, but I'm sure that's just as stunning.
Yes, again, and again, the one with the Florida one, what's great there is valet parking right outside. There's 1,500 parking spots underneath the building.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And people don't realize what a what a benefit that is.
It truly is, because there's some restaurants we struggle to want to go to because it's just going to be a headache. So you took, in real estate, as you know, it's always location, location, location. And I joked back to the days of the cavemen where they always settle in front of the river, right? So it's always been location. And you're taking a location that might not have seemed obvious in the past, but you found the pro in it. And the pro was ample parking, easy in, easy out. Probably on both sides of the highway, both of them, Gabriella's.
And that's
Patricia's.
really, really important. People don't realize I get, pitched all day long with different restaurants and like, where are they? Where are they located? And everyone, the big question is, why do you keep paying rent when you could own your own building? People don't realize I need at least 200 plus parking spots.
Yeah.
And if I'm not going to get 200 plus, not 100, 200 plus, it's not worth it. I will have a headache. People will be running up and down the streets, valeting cars. God forbid, an accident. The valet lost the keys.
That's
to me,
just frustrating.
This is stress-free for me.
Deal with that.
I'd rather have a shopping center, work out a great lease with a great landlord. Listen, they need us, we need them.
Yeah.
But if you could do a happy partnership, I'm dealing with the Fortune 500 companies as one of my landlords. The other ones are big family groups from here in New Jersey. So that it is really important. Parking is huge. Shopping centers, I'm not afraid of it. I've had some athletes coming in or some big time influencers coming in and saying, "No, I'm going next door to a to a Dairy Queen. Like, where the hell are you bringing me?" And they walk in, they're like, "Yo,
wow,
this is no joke."
Yeah,
it is no joke.
It's definitely changes once you walk through each and every one of those doors.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
And you did a beautiful job on that.
Do you work with the same design team every time for every concept? Or
lately, I have. When we built Patricia's, it was kind of hands-on. I did it myself. But the latest and greatest renovation that Doreen was speaking about, what did have a touch from my same design firm out of Manhattan. And then we brought it, Gabriella's, the original build out was done 6 years ago. We used a different group altogether before I even met Cheleno, which is the designer out of Manhattan. He designed the speakeasy at Gabriella's, the outdoor patio at Gabriella's, the brand new room, the market at Patricia's of Holmdel, and at Madison Modern Social, the entire restaurant. So when you walk in there, you're like, whoa, this is no joke. Even the one down in Florida, he did as well. So these new, again, the new thing growing up, when we were all 20 years old, 20, 25 years old, we were never eating at a bar. Never. We went to the bar, it was that miserable guy, unfortunate woman. There's people would just like, hover around the bartender that only had 6, 7, 8, 9 seats. Now it's all about the bar. All my restaurants, as soon as you walk in, you haven't been to Madison yet. Once you walk in, you're going to be like, you're going to smack to the face with a wow factor.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful bar, same thing down in Florida. That's how these restaurants are now being built. The focus is around the entire bar.
Yeah, that they'd rather sit at the bar. I like to sit at a bar if I'm at the corner, you know what I'm saying? But if you're with more than, one person, I find it hard to be talking on both sides.
We have a round bar. So we have a round bar down in Florida, and it's an oval bar here at Madison.
Yeah,
but yes, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But a straight bar, yes, it's kind of obsolete. The new trendy thing is people don't mind it, and they'll spend some money on there.
Yeah.
So we make our bar a little bit wider.
But
you can fit a table, fit a plate.
Yeah.
Your food, a couple of sides, a bottle of wine, whatever it may be. So there's a lot going into it. It's people just think, throw some money into a restaurant, it's going to work. It doesn't. There's so many moving parts to it. There's so many things you need to really, really think through. And with my team, we have a great. We're on point right now.
You have a formula, and it works. And I always say, like, a great waitstaff can make your food taste fantastic. A really good dish can be completely ruined with terrible waitstaff. Your surroundings, you set the tone for just a great evening. I think when you bought Patricia's, it was a little bit of a spontaneous type of a buy, right? But you've grown into this phenomenal vision of what people want, and you're kind of thinking ahead of what people want, which is why Florida is so successful, because you knew what people would want.
Right.
Madison's successful because you already knew the bars would be jam-packed, and again, like you said, it sort of sets the tone for when you walk into that restaurant, just coming through that big door.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's great.
And everyone
really
knows COVID was so difficult for restaurants, but have you been surprised by the resurgence, like in the last 5 or so years, of how
unbelievable? I mean, I'm, to got to be honest with you, Patricia, did we see slowdown? Of course, every restaurant did, and we didn't want to see anybody suffer. And it was terrible for a lot of restaurants. But you needed to be strong and be there every single day, figure out, start thinking outside the box. Now what? What do you mean delivery service? What do you mean people eating outside? No one was doing that. And we were, again, think of in a shopping center. We had the opportunity to do it. Landlords were understanding of it. We were healthy. We always invested back into the restaurants. So we figured out how to make Patricia's really successful. We did a ton of catering. People were lined up outside. I mean, we had walkie-talkies. I mean, we really, it's crazy what we did to get through that whole COVID season. Gabriella's, listen, different animal. We invested so much money into the restaurant and our staff. We were so excited. We had a great team going, and all of a sudden we get hit with this. So we need to press the envelope a little bit. We did have outdoor dining, which is now enclosed, so we were able to use that outside seating, which helped us out. The town was great with us.
But Frankie, even with that, when I did my curbside pickup from Gabriella's, it came in this beautiful blue bag. Like the food was wrapped so nice.
Yeah.
Like it really felt special.
Yeah.
Like for a minute, you forgot the hell that we were all living in. You're like, oh, thank you so much. I can't wait to go home and have my food. You know what I mean? Like you made it special. And it's those little touches that stay with people and, you know, keep them coming back and believing you and keep wanting to support you in your business.
And you guys all did. The entire Monmouth County, everybody, you know, really did truly support all their local restaurants. Yeah. And you know, we were there. We were there for them. Our deliveries were coming in. Our vendors were doing the right thing by us. You know, prices were going high. We're trying to keep the numbers low. It, you know, was, you know, my chef was sick. I was like, what am I going to do? But we had 15 other chefs back there. Yeah. And we knew the formula. So again, I'm grateful for everybody. Thank you. I mean, it all worked out really, really nicely. Really and, you know, with that same formula, you know, I don't want to slow down. So we're going still full speed. You know, never, you know, always think it, you know, twice before you go ahead and pull another restaurant out of my hat. But
I was going to ask, when do you know that you're ready for another concept?
You know, I'm always ready, but you know, you know, what's the best deal? You know, again, where's the location of it? You know, where's the clientele coming from? Yeah. Where am I going to get my staff from? Is there public transportation? There's a lot of factors go into it. Do I really want it? Do I need it? I want to make sure all my other
transportation for your workers.
For my workers, yeah. Wow. Some of those guys, you know, it would be great. How great is it being on Route 9 where you could walk to your restaurant? Right. Some people still take public transportation. Not everyone has a car. Not everyone's rich. Right. You know, so we have to keep all those factors into place because without workers, there's nothing. Right.
And you need to be far away from each other so that you're not pulling from the same restaurant. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because then what do you do?
Right. And I love a different kind of concept. I just want you to put me in the rotation. You know, you're not going to be, everybody goes out often now. It's a new thing.
Isn't that crazy? Every time you go into I go to make a reservation, I'm like, wow, I can't get it. It's insane.
It's crazy. And people wake up and say, hey, what are we doing tonight? Where are we going to eat tonight? Yeah. It just became, the standard.
Social,
I think post-COVID, it really became the standard too, because people just want to go out.
No one's eating in their house anymore. It's crazy. It really is.
And once the kids are gone, you know, you feel that too. Once the kids are gone, and like, who are you cooking for? Like, it's a lot of work to cook for two. Yeah. It's a lot of work to like think, shop, and then cook for two people.
And it's expensive. Go grab skirt steak right now at a Whole Foods. Yeah. Or wherever it may be. It's $25, $27, $28, $30 a pound. No, like it's crazy. It's cheaper just to go out.
Steak at Patricia's the other night. It was really yummy.
Let me have a drink, but a drink, a skirt steak, you know, listen, it's expensive nowadays.
Yeah. It is really expensive. But for as expensive as it is, it's not stopping people. Maybe it's stopping some people, but
it is. But again, some restaurants, I'm not going to start selling scallops at Patricia's. They're $5 each. Yeah. I can't, hit someone over the head and say, hey, it's going to be $60 for a dish. It doesn't look right. Take it off the menu. Right. I got to take those hits. Let me sell pasta, the pizzas, the salads, the chicken dishes, one skirt steak, whatever it may be. If you want to spend the money, we have it. We have veal parms. They're $85, $90. They're expensive. At Gabriella's, again, I'll take a 50%, food cost, but I'm going to sell 2 drinks with it. So it's going to help me out a little bit. So again, every place is going to be different. And again, I'm always sitting down with these chefs. We're always thinking they're fighting me, I'm fighting them. I said, listen, there's a reason behind my madness. Yeah. And I think
need to be profitable at the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we need to. Yes. And if it's going to upset the customer, I'm taking it off the menu.
Right. But it's also like the visual part of it too. Like when you just said that about Gabriella's, I think of like the amazing steaks, the T-bones and whatnot that they come out with. It becomes like an event for people. Like people are literally, does anybody not have their phone out at Gabriella's? No, like it is constantly, it's like being at a concert. Whose birthday, who's celebrating this, who's that? It's just insane. It's really one of those places that you want to go see and be seen at. Yep. So you create, and you do have a huge New York City following at that restaurant too, right?
Yeah, we really do.
So it's fun. It's exciting.
A lot of Staten Italy shows up there. It's crazy. And with that being said, there's a lot of Staten Island in Monmouth County.
There is. There's more coming.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. But that's the important thing, and that's what we like to get out there is that we have really great restaurants here. Frankie,
and we have a scene because people 5 of them. I would say Gabriella's has a great scene. Like you go in there, you have beautiful people everywhere.
But it's something organically we created. We never. It wasn't like there's not a formula to do that. It's like, hey, listen. Let's think this through. It just happens. If it works, it works. Everybody's clicking at the same time. It's working. Yeah. So you can't just duplicate this down the street from another guy. If it works, it works.
Right. Do you lean heavily into social media?
What's that? Listen, I do. I mean, back in the day, there was no social media.
Yeah.
But now it's such a powerful tool. People are using it like crazy. It really is.
Everybody.
I mean, everybody who comes
everything.
in can create an ad for your restaurant.
It's the truth.
amazing.
It really is. That
Yeah.
phone comes out and you have to repost and repost. But there's a lot. There's a team that handles just that. I have a PR company that just handles all the public relations that we do.
You have to.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah, you're so big at this point that you have to. You can't do it yourself.
Yep.
And it has to be done right, professionally and everything. And you have to be able to reach the right people.
Correct.
You don't need it out in Brazil. They're not coming here to eat your food.
Correct.
So, you're not just looking for anybody to like it. So it's really exciting. And we're just really happy to have you. I'm so proud of you and all your successes. And
Thank
we wish
you.
you the best moving forward. I don't know what the future holds, but whatever it does.
You'll be posted, I promise.
yeah,
You guys will find
yeah.
out. Follow us on social media. You'll hear about it.
Yeah. But you're doing great with what you have, and you filled the void that we need. I say it all the time, the Red Bank restaurants kill me because there's no parking. So my favorite
And they
restaurant.
suffer because there's a lot of turnover.
Yeah,
There's a lot of turnover.
it's
in Red
hard.
Bank.
It's really,
there's a
really
lot
hard.
going out still. I mean, it's a shame. I do feel bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to sometimes go somewhere else. Where am I going to go and eat? Parking is a big, big problem.
I
It
know.
is. And I'm not saying even just for us. We're young. We'll drop someone off and run. But
Yeah.
it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Go look in a restaurant. Who's sitting in there? Not the 25 to to 40-year-olds. It's going to be the 50+.
Yeah.
And they're not coming out if there's no parking.
Yeah.
So Patricia's is very busy on the
Yeah.
weekdays.
They're the
Gabriella's
ones with
is
the
very
money,
busy on
yeah.
the weekdays. Even in Madison, the shopping center there is massive. Again, we're in another end cap.
Mm-hmm.
We actually are adding something right to it. We're building it right now. Believe it or not, not too many people know.
Really?
Yeah,
Already?
another
Wow.
2,000 square feet attached to Madison Modern Social. It's going to
Wow.
be like a really high end luxury, lounge, let's call it, but really, really high end, like beautiful, like top of the line. It's going to be
Wow.
gorgeous. It's going to be called OLS. I'm not going to tell you what it stands for yet,
No? Okay.
but it's
okay.
OLS. And that should be coming maybe by the end of the year, if God willing.
Mhm.
Maybe you may.
Is
go
it
with-
like a membership type of a club?
No, it's not going to be membership, but it's going to be, it's not going to be easy to get into. I could assure
Okay,
you. It's not the
okay.
biggest space in the world, but again, probably right at the beginning of the year, we'll be ready for you.
Kind of like a speakeasy feel like what you have at Gabriella's,
Yes.
but a little bit obviously different.
Yep, you see not to say mistakes, but where people are growing into, what's
Okay,
happening every single
okay.
night. Yeah, you come to Gabriella's on a Thursday night, it's very, very difficult to get in.
Yeah.
It's a scene and a half. And it is our busiest night there, nighttime.
Yeah.
So,
Thursday.
Would
is
you
busier.
open a restaurant without a liquor license now?
listen, Patricia's is, I don't want to say one in a million, but that
is.
team that I put together there is great. They've been with me literally from day one. We just had a 10-year anniversary, and I'm looking around, who was 19 years old when they started with me, who's 17 years old. And these are grown, they're grown adults who's getting married.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but it is very difficult as a BYOB. Would I do it? Probably not. But to get a liquor license in New Jersey is pretty impossible.
Yeah.
And it's very, very pricey. And you have to figure out if it's really worth it.
Listen, you do some mocktails, at Patricia's. Drinking is down. I think like only 52%. Like liquor sales are very, very down. They was crazy during COVID, but people aren't drinking anymore. I don't know what they're doing, but they're not.
They're vaping.
I know.
Gummying.
They're vaping,
Gummying.
the gummies. I know
It's
all those
crazy.
drinks that you're not going to, sell at a
Those-
restaurant. But I think the taste is changing. Maybe that younger crowd isn't looking for the liquor so much.
Or, they're looking for a different looking cocktail. It's not just
Gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic,
Yeah,
right? Or,
yeah. You want
vodka
something
club.
fancy.
Vodka
Yeah,
club.
yeah,
That's easy. They want something fancy. They want a show.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, I think the espresso martinis are phenomenal at all my
You do,
restaurants, but
you
that's
do.
my drink.
Yeah.
But yes, I think that's what the customers, they really just want at the end of the day a great experience. They want to come in, they want to feel like there's somebody, they want to have a great meal, they want to have a great night, and they want to be saying, thank you. They don't need to come to my restaurant. I need them to come to my restaurant.
Yeah.
They could go anywhere. So why are they going to come to me instead of somebody else? That's something I have to win over.
But that attitude is awesome because you don't see that. Sometimes when you get big, people forget
No,
that.
I wish I'm not afraid
He's
of
grounded.
competition.
He's grateful.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of competition. Bring them in. It's my job to bring in 300-400 people per restaurant. If I live in what is it, Middletown, right now, just for Gabriella's, between Gabriella's and Patricia's, there's 177,000 people that live in Middletown.
Yeah.
If I can't grab 300 people, shame on me. I'm doing something wrong. So there's, bring the competition in. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not fighting them. I get along with everybody.
Yeah.
If you don't get along with me, it's a different
No,
story.
competition
but
is good.
it is
raises the
good,
bar for
of course.
everybody. And it's such a testament, going back to what you just said about your staff and how long they've been with you.
Yeah.
You're obviously great to work for. So you're fair, you know what I'm saying? I know you demand a lot from them, but you also train them to exact standards that they all carry out. which is, that's a great testament to you
Treat
and
people
your,
the way you want to
your
be
whole
treated.
company,
It's
if you will.
really, really simple.
I know.
95% of this business is common sense.
But
Our
talk to us
business,
about
too.
the real estate business.
Yeah.
Talk to us about trying to talk to sellers or buyers in our market.
Oh, in the restaurant business too, you always get. I loved working in the restaurant business when I was younger, and you always get insane stories. You never know what's going to happen any given night. It's the same with real estate.
Crazy. It's crazy. I could be talking to a customer in the back of my head. I'm like, yo, there's a problem right now with my chef, or who didn't show up to work, or who just cut their finger. Hey, the bartender just walked out. There's always drama, but it's how you handle it.
Yeah.
If you put a great team together, listen, nothing is that simple. No matter what business you're in, this is probably the most difficult one. I could assure you.
Yeah, it is because the staff.
I think that just for my husband.
You have 600 different personalities. Every single day you deal with a different crew.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if they're making money, they come to work.
Right. And the people coming in changes the dynamic. Every night you have a different clientele that changes the dynamic of what's going on in the kitchen, what wait staff is doing. But you know what? It also keeps it exciting and interesting.
The challenge is, I have a 17, 18-year-old girl working at Overeasy Kitchen first thing in the morning on a Sunday. And people come in hungry, hangry, right? They want their coffee. And there's a 30, 40-minute wait. What do you do?
Yeah.
I know Frank.
Yeah, you just get
They're like, I know,
hangrier.
this poor girl's like, I know him too, but what do I do? Where do you want me to sit? There's no seats. So you really have to deal with, the who's coming in. The entitlement is very, very, it's up there, but it's how you manage it and how you manage their expectations. And, and we figure it out. It's that training, it's that one-on-one all day long, have these group meetings and, tell them, hey, this is what's going to happen tonight. This is a situation that could happen. What would you do? What would Frankie do? How would you handle this?
You do that? That's nice.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone the other day jumped on a table dancing.
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you handle it? I said, what? The guy looked at me. I said, WWFD. What would Frankie do?
Yeah.
I said, go up to her very, very nicely. Ask her to please come down. You don't want her to get hurt. You're not going to embarrass the customer.
Yeah.
It is what it is. People want to have a great time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get a little out of hand.
So funny.
Like, you can stand on my couch. Take off those heels. Don't pop holes in my leather couches. These are little things you have to worry about.
Yeah.
So that's the
So
first
you
thing.
have to have
That's the
eyes
first thing I'm thinking. I'm like,
everywhere.
oh my God, the couch.
Yeah.
We have bathroom attendants in there. These are little extra touches that we do. It costs a little bit more money, but it keeps the place clean. So
Keeps the place
A
clean.
gross bathroom is the worst in a restaurant.
Exactly.
It really is.
Oh,
Just a turn
And you
off.
have so much traffic in there.
100%.
Yeah, no, you're missing paper towels or whatever it is. It's hard. So listen, because you invest in the right things and they ultimately make it all work. You can't cut off your nose to spite your face and cheap out on this or that.
No, you're right.
Yeah. So you did a great job. So
Thank you so much.
We
Well,
wish
thank
you
you.
I really
all the
appreciate
best,
it.
of course. We love having you, and you'll see me somewhere, I'm sure, this week. It's only
problem.
Tuesday.
That's it. I'll see you. Thank you again.
Thank you so
I really
much.
appreciate you guys.
Very
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you. Have a great day.